So take a look at this. This guy, he is one of South Africa's most prolific artists. He is known and celebrated the world over. The French have recently crowned him a knight. His name is Jonathan Shapiro, well known as Zapiro. His work is controversial. Everyone speaks about it all over the world. But of course, we are fortunate enough to have had the opportunity to meet with him and hear his personal story, which he tells himself. Take a look at this.
From the start of his career in the politically volatile late 80s, Zapiro has produced volumes of cartoons, each one a classic, earning him international respect for both his work and bravery.
I mean, when I started out, I was really thinking about the issues, about being an activist, about being passionate about what's going on. I wasn't really thinking career as such. I mean, there wasn't such a thing for me. What motivated me from the start? Well, in a way, I had understood the evil of apartheid from quite a young age. I had a very progressive home, not an activist home yet. Later, my mother became an activist at the same time as all her children did. So all of us had that sense of needing to do something, but not knowing where to fit in. That motivated me to become an activist and also to become a cartoonist, to try and use my activism and my cartooning together.
Jonathan met former President Nelson Mandela many times, and Madiba was a man who best understood the value of a sharp political commentator showing neither fear nor favor.
Madiba was actually genuinely keen on satire and having a critical society, so people could actually say what they meant. I was sitting at home working, and the phone rang, and it was President's office on the line. And then a voice said, "Hold on for President Mandela." And then a voice said, "Hello, is that Zapiro?" I said, "Yes." He said, "This is President Mandela." And he said, "I'm very upset with you." And I thought, what about that? He just had seen that the cartoons that he used to see when he was in Parliament every day in Cape Town, he used to see them in the Cape Argus reprinted from the Sowetan, would no longer be there, and he wouldn't be able to see them when he was in Cape Town. He was very upset. He wanted to tell me. And then I just said, you know, before I say goodbye, I just want to say it's even more amazing to me because he would have seen the cartoons getting more and more critical of the ANC and of government since I'd met him 4 years before. And he said, "Oh, but that is your job." Which, you know, you see why I retell that story. And, well, I'm often asked about it, but it is incredible.
When Zapiro won CNN African Journalist of the Year and was knighted by the French ambassador, it acknowledged his value to the cause of free speech and freedom of the press.
I've been hell of a lucky with awards and things. I mean, they're not the things that you think about when you start out and when you're generally working. I mean, I really am thinking about the cartoons themselves, and I have angst about them, and I kind of ask about them. So that's the kind of thing. When an award like that comes out of the blue, it is amazing. I've recently been given a very big one by the French government. I've been made Chevalier des Arts et Lettres, which is the best I can do. In French, I'm a knight in the Order of Arts and Letters. It's not something one would have expected.
The more that our society consumes its news and perspective through visual content, the greater Zapiro's value becomes. Because above all, he teaches us to think for ourselves.